Che-yun dies as trash, then fate hands him payback with interest. Spoilers ahead for the setup of this Chinese manhua recap. Che-yun is the kind of cultivation lead built for payback, damaged meridians, public shame, a clan that treats him like worthless baggage, and a wedding night that becomes his murder scene. But then the Mirror of Samsara rewinds the verdict. He comes back carrying hatred, regret, and the memory of how brutally the world discarded him. Okay, that is a dangerous opponent premise. The problem is that the planned continuation has no usable panel evidence, so from here we cannot fake victories, techniques, enemies, or reveals just to make the recap sound louder. The continuation should pick up Che-yun's payback climb after the last verified stretch, but the supplied evidence immediately hits a wall. No panel images are visible, the OCR gives no readable text, and the ordered timeline only tells us that every reference panel has no reliable text. That means we cannot safely place Che-yun in a room, courtyard, battlefield, sect hall, or private preparation space. We cannot confirm whether he is speaking, fighting, watching, recovering, or being judged. And that matters, because in a cultivation manhua, one unreadable panel can carry the whole turn, a technique name, a clan insult, a hidden observer, or a power level shift. So the honest story beat is not a guessed event. It is the moment the verified path breaks, leaving Che-yun's next move unconfirmed. Then we move to the next planned stretch, and the same problem stays locked in place. There are supposed to be 8 referenced images, but they are not accessible or visible here, and the OCR still cannot confirm a single name, line of dialogue, caption, or technique. So watch the trap. If we say Che-yun confronts someone, that could be false. If we say Hunger appears, that could be false. If we say a rival challenges him, that could be pure invention. The cast list tells us who exists somewhere in the title, not who appears in this exact sequence. A clean recap has to respect that boundary. The only safe consequence is uncertainty itself. The payback path continues somewhere beyond the missing panels, but this evidence cannot testify. The planned flow expands to 10 reference panels, which sounds like enough space for something big. Maybe a confrontation, maybe a cultivation reveal, maybe a political setup, but that is exactly why we cannot guess. The materials only confirm that the images are not visible, and the OCR finds no readable text. No setting can be verified. No character identity can be locked down. No movement, expression, injury, weapon, or cultivation effect can be described without stepping outside the evidence. And here is where it gets important. Che-yun's whole appeal is exact escalation. He is not just strong because the story says so. He has to claw status back one decision at a time. Without panels, there is no confirmed decision, no confirmed consequence, and no safe bridge to the next beat. Soon after that, the evidence still refuses to open. 7 reference images are listed, but none can be inspected in this turn, and the OCR gives no usable grounding for dialogue or narration. So the recap cannot claim Che-yun trains, wins, loses, bargains, escapes, or discovers anything. The larger premise gives us the emotional engine, a reborn cultivator, humiliated once, now chasing the peak with payback burning behind every step. But premise is not panel proof. It cannot tell us who stands across from him, or what pressure he faces right now. That restraint might feel less flashy, but it keeps the story honest. The sealed door stays sealed until actual pages show what happens behind it. The next planned beat is even more tempting because the known cast includes names like Yu Song, Shuer Feng, Yuechan Chu, Hunger, and others. But a known cast list is not a scene. It does not prove who appears, who speaks, who threatens Che-yun, or who secretly notices his reborn potential. And in manhwa storytelling, that distinction is huge. One side character's reaction can turn a small scene into a future alliance. One elder's silence can mean judgment, fear, or calculation. Without readable panels, none of that can be assigned safely. So the recap has to hold the line. Che-yun remains the confirmed main figure from the premise, but no supporting character can be placed into this missing stretch without proof. By the final planned stop, the evidence still provides no visible pages and no readable OCR. That means we cannot deliver the payoff a viewer would normally expect here. No confirmed victory. No confirmed defeat. No new enemy. No named technique. No clan punishment. No romantic turn, political threat, or cultivation breakthrough. And yeah, that is frustrating, because Che-yun's premise is built to hit hard. The murdered outcast returns, with the Mirror of Samsara behind him, and a future he refuses to lose again. But if we invent an ending, we poison the next recap before it starts. The only grounded cliffhanger is absence itself. The story keeps moving, but the supplied proof stops here. The bigger lesson is simple. Payback cultivation stories live and die by verified turning points. Che-yun's setup is strong because every humiliation should become fuel, every insult should become a future reversal, and every power gain should feel earned against the people who dismissed him. But that only works when the panels prove the chain of cause and effect. Here, the responsible move is to preserve the premise, mark the evidence gap, and refuse to dress uncertainty up as canon. No fake duel. No fake breakthrough. No fake betrayal. Just a clean stop until the missing pages can show what Che-yun actually does. Subscribe for the next verified recap, because Che-yun's payback climb deserves real panels, not guesses.